Hey everybody, well I'm listening to Rush Limbaugh at the CPAC conference, and let me tell you something. He's right on the money. I mean, this is what I've been talking about for a while, and many other conservative Republicans have been talking about. We haven't done a good enough job getting our core principles out there. The media portrays us as, Rush even pointed out, bigots and homophobes and Christian, wacky, conservative, right-wing, crazy people. I mean, that's what people think about us. But the reality is, we're not any of those things. We are caring, compassionate, hardworking people who will help out people if they need a hand. Right? I mean, we're not, that's who we are. And last week I spoke about this culture of selfishness that's in Washington and is around us even today. And I'll tell you, it's really been bothering me the past week. I've been thinking a lot about this, and let me just give you some examples. When by the way, if you're wondering why I got like this hoodie on, because I'm in Central Florida and it's like really cold, and this is ridiculous. I mean, global warming, I kind of wish Al Gore was right, because Florida's been cold, okay? It's been chilly down here. Now, call me as my friend up north calls me, a Nancy Pants, because it's like 50 degrees out. But, hey, that's chilly down here, okay? It's chilly for us. So, excuse me, Rush, I'm talking, if you don't mind. He wants to keep talking. That's fine. But here's this culture of selfishness, all right? Let me give you an example. eHarmony, right? Now, everyone's going to tell me, oh, capitalism. But eHarmony is a perfect example. I, for one, I've tried eHarmony. I'd like to try eHarmony. Got some problems finding a nice girl down here. I mean, they're around, but I figure, 29 dimensions of compatibility, personality profiles for free, So eHarmony does this free communication weekend. Now, for anybody that's done that, that means you can sign up and you actually can send questions and answers back and forth to somebody who's matched, and they will match you for free, okay? But they're not actual questions that you think of. So in other words, there's no way to give somebody your email address or your phone number. There's actually no way to really, truly communicate with them. So you spend the whole weekend, Friday night, Saturday morning at 12 a.m., people are jumping on there, and they're filling out their compatibility profile, which takes like 40 minutes, and then they send you, you're matched with all these people, and their locations are close to you, and they're matching you on music and morals and values and faith and, outgoing and, all these great things. So they find somebody who's compatible to you. And so you send them the first set of questions, and you get to send them 4 or 5 questions, and then, it might be something that's really important to you. I'll say to somebody, how do you rate your faith? And then you select. You want them to respond. Is it like, yeah, well, it's a little bit important to me, or maybe it's really important to me. So then they respond back, and you're like, wow, this person sounds fantastic. This person sounds great. So then they send you 5 questions, and so you get cooking, you get going really good. And so you get all excited. Well, now, what happens on Sunday night at midnight? Free communication weekend is now over. Now, if you want to continue to communicate on Monday morning, you got to pay at least $60 for 1 month of communication for eHarmony. Or everything that you just started with this person that seems so good is going to go down the drain. Now, if you're like me, you didn't have $60 this past month, or a particular month, because sometimes, it gets tight. It's paycheck to paycheck, okay? Look at my webcam here. I know I need a new one. People are complaining. Gotcha. When I get the cash, it'll work. All donations can be sent to me, but, Anyway, so eHarmony, you can't communicate anymore. So then what happens is I start getting these messages from eHarmony that's saying your matches that they made for you are being closed. And the response is because the other person says that I ignored them. I didn't respond back, so they closed the communication. Now, that's leaving a bad taste in someone's mouth. That's making them think that I, a good Christian guy, was just turning around and started ignoring them. But it's really, I don't have the money to pay to keep talking to them. So all these chances of finding love with this compatible person goes out the window. But eHarmony don't care, because they want the money. So they tease you. They give you a little something for free to get you excited, and then, guess what? Sorry, pay us $60 or you don't talk to people anymore. Now, as a Christian, I got a problem with that. You're misleading people. You know, they kind of figure people's emotions, you know, will get involved in it, and they'll just find the money and pay it anyway. But you see, it's a selfishness thing. Listening to a lot of Christian ministers. Now, let me tell you something. Christian ministers don't, especially on the radio and on TV, don't always, you know, they're not always the example of who Jesus really is. So I'm not going to make a blanket statement here. But, you know, when you turn on the Christian radio and you listen to a Christian program, and you Christians out there know what I'm talking about, and the message comes on, and, you know, it's supposed to be a half-hour message, and then 20 after the hour, they cut in. Stay tuned for the last really important point by, you know, Charles Swindoll or whoever. But first, we want to let you know how important your generous contributions. They're going to cut off the message to get people to give money. And once in a while, I understand that, but every single day. And then you feel bad. You're going to listen because you don't want to get, you know, you want to hear that last important point. So they suck you in, get you to listen. Oh, and then they'll say if you contribute to the ministry, okay, they will send you the little booklet, you know, 7 Ways to Improve Your Life, you know, by Chuck Swindoll or, you know, some preacher, you know, who's like famous, you know, and that's their gift to you for supporting the ministry. Did anybody catch that? Yeah, you're buying the book. Okay? If you send them $5 or $10, you just bought that thing that they're going to send you. And they're saying they're giving it to you as a reward for supporting the ministry of any amount. But really what they're doing is ripping you off. They're getting you to buy a product. So this is happening in Christian circles. It's happening in politics. It's happening all over the place. It's all about money, money, money. People are going to get money from you. Every car dealer's got a special deal for you. Every credit person's going to fix your credit. Just pay them money. You know? eHarmony's going to find you the perfect match. Just pay them money. It's all around. It's all about the money. It's all about self. Getting me more money. Take advantage of somebody, you know, in order to get more for me. That's what these politicians are doing also. Let's put the country in trillions of dollars worth of debt. Okay? Let's cause all sorts of trouble so that we can get what it is we want for ourselves to make sure we're improved and we get reelected. This culture of selfishness has to go away. Okay? Any poetry people out there, anybody who's looking to, you know, publish a book of any kind, poetry book, I have a reality poetry book out, any kind of book, don't use Publish America. Okay? I'm warning you about Publish America right now. It's another little scam artist going on there. And I don't have time on this video to get into it, but you catch my point. There's a lot of selfish corruption going on out there. Now, Rush Limbaugh's got a good point. Yep, got a good point, Rush. Still listening to him. He's got great points. He's laying out what conservative Republicans really stand for. We stand for pro-life. We stand for smaller government. We stand for lower taxes. We stand for personal responsibility. Okay? We stand for being able to own our guns. We stand for legal immigration. Okay? We want to close the borders and let people in legally. If everybody's watching the news, you catch what's going on down the Mexico border, all hell's breaking loose down there. They're warning college kids not to go down there. There's hell breaking loose with drug cartels down there. Because this government will not close that border to keep us safe. Okay? We've got to do a better job, a greater job, at getting out what Republican conservatives really stand for. Are the majority of Republican conservatives Christian? Absolutely. Do we believe in God? Yes. Are we faith-wearing people? Faith-holding people? Yes, we are. Let's get the message out there. Let's not push it and shove it down people's throats, but let's get it out there. Let's let people know who we really are. And you know, they're going to look at our actions. They'll look at our words to see who we really are. We're not who the media portrays us to be. So let's do a better job at letting people know who we are. That's why we do the videos. You know, that's why we send emails to our senators and congressmen, you know, to say, this is not what we're standing for. This is what America wants. 58 million people did not vote for Barack Obama. 58 million people are conservative Republican out there, most of them Christians, faith-based people who want to do the right thing for America. We want to protect our Constitution. We want to stand up for what, you know, we believe in and what America's all about. But let's not resort to the name-calling. Let's not resort to the anger and the bitter and the hatred. especially not toward each other, and not even toward the Democrat liberals. We can get direct, we can stand on principle, not compromise, but let's not get involved in this. If someone doesn't want to listen, do what the Bible says, kick the dirt off your feet and go to the next person. Don't waste your time arguing, because while you're arguing with somebody for 6 or 7 days trying to convince them that, to vote for a Republican next time, there could be 10 other independents that would be willing to listen that you missed. All right? So let's just do a better job at telling people what we stand for, what we're really about, and not get caught up in the little bickering arguments. Okay? We've got to get the Senate back in 2010, and then we can get the White House back in 2012. But right now we got to focus on the Senate. That's our next logical step. So, anyway, I thank you all for listening. I appreciate your support in these videos, and I look forward to continuing to bring more in the future. May God bless you. May God continue to bless Rush Limbaugh and America. God bless.